Lisa HANNA is ranked as the best performing shadow minister.
Now, the data were obtained through the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll in which 1,113 people were interviewed.
So, who is the worst performing shadow minister? In the eyes of the public? Well, Andrea Chisholm has the details.
Lisa HANNA, the Shadow Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, who is set to leave representational politics, has found favor with some Jamaicans. In her sectoral presentation, she questioned aspects of Jamaica's import substitution policy. Now, 24% of respondents rank her as the best performing Shadow Minister, her highest ranking in the past few years.
In 2018, 16% were of that view. That fell to 7% in 2019, 6% in 2020, and rose slightly to 8% in 2021.
At number 2, with 18%, Senator DAMION CRAWFORD, who shadows the education portfolio.
In 2018, 23% of all persons said that he, DAMION CRAWFORD, was the best performing opposition spokesperson. That number was doubled in 2019, where 46% of all persons interviewed said that DAMION CRAWFORD was the best performing opposition spokesperson. In 2020, that number fell off significantly, 9% only. In 2021, that number moved slightly upwards to 10%.
Next on the list of best performing shadow ministers, Mark Golding, the opposition leader who also shadows defense at 9%. He was followed by Senator Peter Bunting, the opposition spokesperson on national security, at 5%. Also making the list of best performing shadow ministers, Dr. Angela Brownberg, who shadows the Labor and Social Security portfolio, and Julian Robinson, who shadows finance. There was also opposition spokesman on energy, Philip Paulwell, and the spokesman on transport, Michael Phillips.
We had 28% of all persons that we interviewed who couldn't think of anybody in the shadow cabinet who they thought performed well enough to be so recorded.
Now to the list of worst performing opposition spokespersons. Topping the list, Peter Bunting at 15%, the only double digit.
13% in 2018 felt that Bunting was the worst performing opposition spokesperson. That fell to 10% in 2019, down to 5% in 2020, 4% in 2021.
The second worst performer, Mark Golding at 8%. He was followed by DAMION CRAWFORD at 6% and Lisa HANNA and Philip Paulwell both at 4%. Also making the list of worst performing shadow ministers, Dr. Angela Brownberg, Senator Lambert Brown, who is responsible for public service, Anthony Hilton, who shadows industry investment and global logistics, Julian Robinson, Michael Phillips, and Floyd Morris, who shadows the housing portfolio. 38% of respondents could not identify a worst performing shadow minister. The RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll has a margin of error of plus or minus 3%. Data was collected between July 16 and 26. Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.